Given the fact that the war 48 years ago, how are Americans received today with everything that went on?
Stars fall at my feet, keep me grounded as I reach higher than I see. Is there something there for me?
สวัสดีค่ะ Hello everyone, Tiger Gift
And Foreigner Joe, hope all is well. How we doing? We are doing great, thank you. It's a little cloudy out here. Who knows? Might even get some rain. Morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Ho Chi Minh City got an old name, and you already know Saigon. And this is the more familiar name for all the Saigonese. So we prefer to call this city Saigon. Yeah. And we changed the name of the city in 1976, 1 year after reunification. Yeah. We would like to honor our former president Ho Chi Minh for his contribution. And you know the Vietnam War from 1954 to 1975. Yeah. So during this time, we were separated. Yeah. Two countries, two different regimes. The North Vietnam followed Ho Chi Minh communism. Communist Party is the only party that rule the country and help the Vietnamese to get independence. So now it is the only party in our country. So Vietnam, together with 4 other communist countries, we are 5 main communist countries in the world. So they are Cuba, North Korea, Laos, and China. So among the 5 countries, I think Vietnam, we enjoy more freedom and we are more open to the world. So coming to Vietnam, I hope it is very easy for you to communicate with the locals so you can understand us more. Yeah? So Vietnamese culture is quite diverse, very, I think, interesting for you to explore. From north to south, we have 54 ethnic groups. We have different languages and customs. But the main race you see are Vietnamese. We account for 86% of the population. In 1975, our country has 50 million people. But now, like 48 years later, we have almost 100 million. So every year in this country, 1 million people born. So making Vietnam one of the most crowded nations in the world. So at the present time, we rank number 14 in the world, most crowded nation. Yes, and you know that in the past, in my grandparents' time, one family had to have more than 10 children, which is very common. Sometimes 15, 16 children in one family. And people in the south of Vietnam, sometimes we could not remember all the children we had, and we could not remember children's names. So that's the reason why we have to name people by numbers. So coming to the south of Vietnam, you will hear people calling each other by their number, not by their real name. For example, I will call you Uncle 9, Aunt 10, 6 7, something like that. We feel that it's more familiar to us, more affectionate. Yeah? And today we still keep this tradition, yeah? Naming people by number. So do you know the reason why we have so many children in one family? Yeah, so you may think about the Vietnam War. So we got a long time spending in the war. Yeah? Since our early history, yeah, we had about 4,000 years, but most of the time we're busy fighting for independence. So people in Vietnam, we're struggling for independence. Yeah? We suffer a lot. So that's the reason why we need to have more men, more children, yeah, to fight in the war, to work on the rice field, to keep the generation going and going. And so we had so many children. Yeah. But after the country got independence, yeah, in my parents' time, I mean 30 years ago, we got to limit our population because we got so many people, and it's really a burden for the society welfare system. So we have to control our population. Accordingly, the nation decided to stop people from getting more and more children. So only 2 children are allowed in one family at that time. Yeah. So that's 30 years ago. So my family, we had only 2 children. So me and my elder brother. But nowadays you can have like 2 or 3 children. It's more flexible. Yeah. Yeah. But in the past, if we have more than 2 children, we may have some kind of punishment. We may get a fine. We may get like salary deduction or bonus, something like that. Yeah. But now it's getting easier for us. So I think with a big population, Vietnam got many advantages to develop the country. We got a huge labor force, yeah, which is very young and dynamic. Vietnamese people are very friendly and very studious. So that's how we can try to develop our country in some ways. So what is our strength in Vietnam? We used to be the agriculture country. At the moment we are probably the world exporter of rice, cashew nut, peppers, dragon fruit, yeah, and you know Vietnamese coffee, yeah. We are number 2 in the world after Brazil. So more than 90% of the world Robusta was planted in Vietnam. So once you drink coffee in Vietnam, you will never forget because it's really strong. And so 1 cup of coffee, you can stay awake for the whole day. Easy? Yeah.
That might be why I'm not sleeping.
If you cannot sleep at night, don't worry, get some coffee and you get more energy to work. Yes. So in our country, we usually put some condensed milk into the coffee and with some little ice. So it's one of the best drink for us. Yeah. But in the past, we drink more tea, green tea. Yeah. So people in the north of Vietnam, we have a cold winter. So it's very nice for us to have some hot tea. But when we go out, we would like to have some coffee. So it's a good way to start the conversation, a good way to have a date with your girlfriend, boyfriend, or to have some business conversation. So now you see coffee shops are everywhere. It's not only a place for us to have some talk, but we don't have many motorbikes in this city. You know how many? Only about 9 million. And we only had about 600,000 cars. Because cars are much more expensive. Yeah. For one local people in Saigon, we earn about $3,000 to $5,000 US a year. Yeah, so this is the average wage of the local in Ho Chi Minh City. So with this amount of money, we could only afford a motorbike. Yeah, you can buy one motorbike here, $2,000 to $8,000-9,000, depend on the quality, depend on the origin of the motorbikes. Yeah. So expensive imported motorbike from Italy. Yeah, Vespa would be more expensive. In Vietnam, if you have a big motorbike, you can find beautiful girlfriend like her. Yeah. So Vietnamese men, we prefer long leg lady with white skin, fair skin, more preferred. Yes. So local lady here, they have to whiten the skin. Yeah. Every month they go to beauty spa to get the skin whitened and welcome. And if they have a dark skin, it might be difficult for them to find a rich boyfriend. So maybe that's the reason why every lady here, they have to wear a big mask. And they also cover the leg and their arms when they go out. We call them Japanese ninjas because of their outfit. They can only see their eyes. So when the sun goes down, the lady can remove all these and they become sexy ladies. Shorter skirts. Yeah, you see different kind of motorbike. Sometimes they can be very cheap. Yeah, because the manual motorbike second hand maybe some $200 you can have one. It's for working class people. Yeah, for the shippers. Yeah. So most of the local here, they are working in the food processing industry. Yeah, they work in the garment and footwear industry, construction sites. So they have very basic, low salary, about $300 per month. One person can earn. Yeah, so it's not a big wage. However, if they stay in the countryside, they earn even lower. Yeah, so that's why many young men from different provinces in Vietnam, they come here, Ho Chi Minh City, to find a job. There are more job opportunity in this city. Before, many people, especially young men, they go into the Cambodian border, not for visiting the Cambodian country, but they are coming to the casinos because gambling is not legal in Vietnam. So many people go in there to gamble. So we have daily buses to Cambodia.
Given the fact that the war is really recent, what is it,
48 years.
48 years ago, how are Americans received today with everything that went on? Well, now we could say we were in the jungles of Vietnam, huh? Just follow my voice, follow my voice.
ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you so much for watching our video นะคะ Love you all นะคะ รักทุกคน บ๊ายบายนะคะ สวัสดีค่ะ